Hi Virgo, welcome in to mid-December. How are you guys doing? Hopefully things are going well for you. Let's see what's going on for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Feel free to swap around the energies. As always, I could be talking to a cross-watcher, so just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. In the extended, I will look at any zodiac signs that do show up. I'll let you know at the end of this video which zodiac signs I'm going to look at. And let's see where we go. There will be an extended. Okay. Ta-da. Right into it. Come to the edge. Lots of yang energy here. Masculine. Woo! The Fates. This is the Wheel of Fortune card. I feel like stepping boldly, moving boldly is going to get you in position for some fated meeting. All right, so really taking action, not being passive about what's going on in your life, what's going on with work, or what's going on with your love life. Stepping into the energy, really leaning into it. The Fates. Oh, that's interesting. All right, let's see what the reading says here. 10 of Wands underneath. Justice. 7 of Wands. Ace of Swords. The Sun. 8 of Swords. 9 of Wands. 5 of Wands. The High Priestess. Queen of Wands. So some of you guys, some of you Virgo, you could be dealing with a Libra, a Leo, a Cancer, or a Sag. Some of you have left behind a difficult situation. All right, 10 of Wands. This could be a divorce, because I see justice here, or leaving behind some situation that you have not wanted to see the truth about for quite some time, but you're doing it. You walked away from it. It's over, okay? It's over, and now you're moving into this Ace of Swords kind of, Ace of Swords and Justice, very similar. Really living authentically, or looking forward to living authentically. I feel like where you were, that's kind of the sad part of it, is it didn't allow you to be your authentic self. So it just felt very overwhelming and resistant and difficult, and it was constantly trouble, constant problems, something along those lines. And I do feel like for a second here, like you poke your head out after this ending, after this job has ended, or this relationship has ended, and I feel like you have not really done the healing work yet. Stepping into your authenticity is a good start, okay? But there is still some mindset issues and some belief issues, 8 of Swords and 9 of Wands. There's still some holding on to an old belief system for yourself that was contributed to this 10 of Wands feeling. It's almost like any kind of low vibration stuff that you feel about yourself, any kind of unworthiness or lack of self-confidence because of all this, this might have been the reason for the lack of self-confidence, but it's time to go. It's time to work through that. Okay? So there's some kind of mindset here that has gotten you in trouble in the past. And now you're like, I'm ready to live a new kind of life. I'm no longer going to be this way. All right? Clarify the 8 of Swords for me. 5 of Swords. Page of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. I'm learning to be, Judgment. I'm learning to be straightforward with how I communicate. I feel like you might have learned from this previous situation, because, in divorce or in any kind of ending, it's never 100% somebody else and 0% you, or 100% you and 0% somebody else. It isn't really like that, right? I mean, we look at things through the lens of what makes us feel better, but honesty here about really getting clear on what happened in this relationship or this situation is the thing that's going to help you. It's not meant to make you feel like you low self-confidence or anything like that. In fact, it is really meant for you to see the truth of yourself, see how amazing you are, and remove yourself from any kind of tactics that you would use in relationships previously, right? Like if you had somebody say to you that I feel manipulated, or I feel like you're not telling me the whole truth, you're kind of sugarcoating it, or you're just, whatever someone said to you in a fight on the way out the door here, it's not wrong. I mean, it might have been mean-spirited or something like that, but take in the criticism. I think this is about taking in the criticism, because what you want is something different. So what got you here won't get you to the new place if you're unwilling to see that there was anything about that situation that you could change. And it also takes away your power. If it's like, oh, well, it's everybody else and I have no power. Everybody else is doing things, so I'm just a newborn kitten and I don't have any power to make any kind of change in my life. That's wrong. You have a ton of power. And part of that power is to look at yourself, self-reflection, and go, yeah, I'm not always 100% honest about how I feel. I don't always speak the truth of how I feel. And, you may have had some trial and error on that. You may have felt like, well, every time I tell somebody how I feel, it blows up in my face. Maybe there's a way to work on how you communicate stuff like that. Maybe there's a way to be like, you know what? I'm going to learn a better way. So the Seven of Wands looks like a free-for-all, right? And so the fights are a free-for-all. I'm being honest and I'm being straightforward. Well, maybe you're being like King of Swords, and that's just too much full frontal for somebody, okay? What you might need to learn to do, right? Because we're learning here, the Five of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, we're learning to be more diplomatic, right? Justice. Learning to be more balanced and diplomatic. Libra is all about diplomacy. And you see how it's like, this is where we're going with a future relationship. Leo, Libra, Cancer, and Sag. A future relationship, the way to work forward, and this may have happened a long time ago. This may not be a relationship you're just getting out of now, but you may have had the experience of having the same criticisms by people. If more than one person criticizes you for the same thing, it's worth a look. It's worth a look. Okay? And definitely now it's worth a look, because I do feel like there's a relationship coming in, or there's a situation coming in where instead of being so out there with your criticism of other people, or you're too, and I'm going to say that you might say to people, I'm too honest. I'm too forthright with my opinions. Yeah, I can see that. So how do I become more diplomatic? How do I, without compromising what you're trying to say? So looking through the lens of communication that is compassionate, looking through the lens, and this may be flipped around. You may have a partner that's like this, and you're the one having to work with this lesson, okay? That they're so like right at you, in your face. I'm not going to even say honesty. I'm going to say in your face, unvarnished, Ace of Swords, truth. But like, what's truth? When it comes from somebody who is wanting to be like, like right at you, is it the truth that hurts, or is it the way of communication? I think it's the way of communication more than the truth. Okay? You might be somebody who is unable to communicate your feelings, and this person you're dealing with just thinks that sucks. Okay. So they're like, we have to figure out a way for you to be able to communicate your feelings without it completely collapsing you. We have to, or without it being too in my face, and without it being, you don't have to express it on decibel 10 every single time, right? There needs to be some kind of communication or some kind of way about things. And I feel like there's a person coming in who is you're needing to learn this lesson for. Okay? Because this person that's coming in is somebody supposed to be on your path. So if you're having trouble in your communication, if you're too much yang, if you're too much, right, or not enough, either way, whatever you usually get criticized for, it's time to look at that. It's time to look at that. So I feel like what's coming in here, Libra, Leo, Cancer, and Sag, I will look at that because I do see there's two people here, Two of Pentacles. You might have a couple of choices and you're really being asked to take action and make a choice. But I think that there's a lesson here to be had about communication and how you're communicating with a partner. It's also mindset that's keeping you in a certain place. All right, so we'll work on this. All right, I'm going to continue on, Virgo. If this is your reading, the link is below. I'll see you over there for the rest.